Synchronicity University has an absolutely incredible May series coming up, and this is not to be missed. Superstar astrologers are going to be with us, and all right now at Choose Your Tuition Rate, as low as just $5 a class, an unheard of rate to learn from these astrologers. I will be teaching the definitive relationship course coming up with my favorite techniques. ALEJO LOPEZ teaching a widely requested topic on midpoints, harmonics, and aspects. And Michael Luton's previous course on his favorite techniques is going to be available as a digital download. And as a bonus, you get a live Q&A class that he and I are going to do together. And look at this speaker series and these incredible astrologers, including a real superstar in astrology today, the one and only Gemini Brett. All of these incredible programs are available right now for as low as just $5 a class, an unheard of rate. Our very famous Choose Your Tuition Rate at onlysynchronicityuniversity.com. Links are in the description below. I look forward to seeing you in class. Hello, fabulous superstar Cancer. Welcome to your horoscope for the month of April 2024. I am your astrologer, Nadiya Shah. Thank you for being here. It is a remarkable astrological week, without a doubt. Big moves happening in the sky now. Boy, is this a very special time. Powerful energies with us here, and you'll start to feel it right away, but they do accelerate as we get to the total solar eclipse set to take place on the 8th of the month. This eclipse happens at the top of your sky, having to do with career, social standing, life purpose, and your understanding of the legacy you're creating and the destiny that you're aligning with. Some Cancerians are going to experience this energy on the career path. Others, if you're not on the career path at all, you're going to experience this in other ways, having to do with the goals that you have. New moons bring with them new opportunities. A solar eclipse is essentially a new moon, but it is a jacked up new moon. It's more powerful than your ordinary new moon. A total solar eclipse brings with it brand new pathways, seemingly coming to you out of nowhere, presenting themselves, and there's an accelerated sense, a fated sense that this is the direction in which you are now meant to go. So this can be an exciting time of new opportunity. And in some cases, opportunity that weren't even on your radar could show up for you now. It could also be a powerful time of personal realization or new goals arising from within you. But here's something to take into consideration with this eclipse. This eclipse is special. It is different. And mainly what makes it different is the fact that it is happening exactly hand in hand, to the minute, to the degree, like precisely. It is just so odd. It is so weird to consider how exact this conjunction of Chiron is to this eclipse that I can't help but think the perfect timing of this moment speaks to how healing and vulnerability are going to be a key part of what facilitates a new beginning for us now. Either a new beginning now will help us to feel that much more healed, and for you in particular, more healed so that you can align with a sense of inner worthiness to move towards some higher vision of your life, a sense of deepening trust. Or it's going to be now that you are considering what's possible for you in your life, what worked and what doesn't, and all of it has you feeling wide open. If it is that you work in a healing profession, now I know that's a super broad umbrella. That could be anything from a doctor working in a hospital to what I do even, and a whole lot of shades in between. But if you understand what you do as falling under that very broad umbrella of healer. This can be a time of success, an opportunity that comes out of nowhere, but just accelerates your pathway onward and upward. And so, I like to say pace yourself and be yourself, but there's just so much career-oriented activity here. You do want to stay open to what could show up. More personally, this might be like what you just hadn't considered before. Now you realize you could do. And it is that pathway that ends up feeling as if you're able to pour your own vulnerability into, your own sense of the possible into, and to direct a really healing energy that way. This could be a new chapter with a boss or person in position of authority. A new boss may show up, and either they're going to be somebody who exposes your wounding, right? They treat you in a way that doesn't feel good, that makes you feel really vulnerable. Or they're going to show up and facilitate healing in your life. Either way, you get to the same place, which is a more whole sense of self by recognizing the work that is your work to do. Now, as much as a new moon and a jacked up new moon, also called a solar eclipse, and a jacked up solar eclipse, which is a total solar eclipse like we have here, this would bring with it out of nowhere brand new pathways. Consider that on the first of the month, Mercury goes retrograde, and Mercury will be retrograde right to the 25th of the month. And I do think for Cancerians, that means it could feel as if opportunities you thought were gone may come back around now in ways that feel out of nowhere, and in ways that bring delight, that bring surprise, or in ways that feel like you have to respond very quickly to figure out whether or not this is the right opportunity for you. Mercury is retrograde after all, and so all the details may not necessarily be clear. And it is said it's not the best time to get into really strong agreements or, sign contracts and things, just because things may look very different once it is that Mercury does go direct on the 25th. And at the same time, you do want to trust your life and see what it is that's showing up for you. And that really is key for another reason. We have powerful nodal activations happening at the top of your sky, with fully 3 planets meeting the transiting North Node at the top of your sky. On the 5th, it's going to be the Sun. On the 17th, it's Venus. And on the 25th, as Mercury stands still in the sky, goes direct, is just going to be hanging out with the North Node at that time. And all of this does suggest new things, new pathways, new opportunities that have a sense of pulling you towards greater blessings. And in a higher sense, helping you to see your legacy, your destiny from a soul perspective and much more expansively than you have before. I think for a lot of Cancerians, though, what these energies say to me is that you understand what really matters and what really doesn't. What it is that you're really leaving behind in terms of the legacy that you're hoping to create, and where it is perhaps you've been on certain pathways that either just don't matter or they don't matter to you anymore. This is a chance, all of these energies are a chance to illuminate where it is that you've been caught up in cycles or perhaps some drama that you don't need to be in anymore. You're seeing brand new directions now that are encouraging you to think of yourself and your life from the perspective of success as you uniquely define it. Because what's the point of success if it doesn't mean anything to you, if it doesn't feel like success to you? It is now that you get to see it differently in some way, mainly what it is that you uniquely define achievement to be. Once you define it, you're on an accelerated pathway towards living it. Now, where it comes to matters of love, on the 23rd of the month, we are going to have this month's full moon. And the full moon happens in a part of the sky for you that has to do with what you want in your heart of hearts in every area of life. And that includes in terms of romance and flirtation and what you need to feel loved. Pluto is squaring this full moon, and that brings with it a whole bunch of very intense feelings and emotions, and a feeling of fate lending itself to changes now, being pulled in particular directions, realizing that your heart is choosing a direction that looks really complicated, and then having to ask yourself whether or not that pathway is worth it. Consider this as well. The 17th of the month, Venus meeting the North Node in the sky at the top of your sky is very significant, because this is where love and respect are intimately tied. Do you have that here or not? When the North Node is activated, it's new people that can come in. And so you do want to be mindful that just because new people come in doesn't mean that this is it and this is where you're meant to go. It means that there's going to be powerful learnings around love and respect that present themselves to you, especially around the middle of the month, regardless of your relationship status. For those of you open to meeting someone new, well, with that full moon energy, you will be getting your flirt on in powerful ways for yourself now. Stay open to possibility. But yes, it is very likely that a particular flirtation may have you feeling a lot of things very intensely. And there could be real complicating factors there that make themselves evident rather quickly to you as well. So pace yourself as you navigate this time, and stay connected to heart. It'll guide you towards the right choices for you, as you are also encouraged to enjoy your life and prioritize what it is that happiness and fun are for you. For those of you just starting to date somebody, I feel with these energies that you're getting powerful insights into whether or not you feel love could be here. It's important to make a distinction between emotional intensity and love, and what that is for you. The conjunction of Venus to your North Node, I think that is showing you what love can be, especially in a higher sense where love and respect are connected. But the energy of that full moon is just so passionate, and it's also really complex. It's really sultry, yes, but it's also the kind of energy where it can feel like there are factors there that are messy or unfair. And so you'll get to make a choice of sorts as to whether or not the path that you're on with this person that you're dating is worth continuing to walk, or whether it is that you're coming to understand love and respect. And is this person going to meet you there? Is that messiness within your own heart, rooted in the past, that you're now ready to bring to a healthy close so that you can give this situation an earnest shot? Or is it that you're seeing things in this person that make you realize this may not be the best way forward for you? And for those of you in an established bond, what a remarkable time this can be. So in established bonds, we have here, on the one hand, energies of love and respect mid-month. And I think that can really help the two of you feel out of nowhere the opportunity arise to have a shared vision together and understand which way the two of you are heading. And that energy of the full moon gives you a chance to get in touch with and express what it is that love is for you, and where it is that meaningful changes can transpire that you hope will bring the two of you together. Now, there is going to be that very small percentage of Cancerians out there. If you felt for a while that maybe you're not in the right relationship for you, I think it is that full moon energy that's going to bring all of that to the surface. If you feel not loved and you haven't felt that in a while, it is that full moon that's going to help you to look at that and admit that to yourself in key ways. Admitting it is the first step towards having and knowing that you're connected to love meaningful to you, whether it's with this person in this situation, or perhaps you start contemplating what going a different way might be for you. What I love about this month for you, there's so much here. It's a powerful and meaningful astrological moment. Well, look, in addition to all the things I spoke about, consider this as well. The 21st of the month is when we are going to have Jupiter meeting Uranus in the sky. And this is a rare celestial phenomenon. It happens about once every 15 years or so, give or take a couple of years on either side, depending on the time that it takes place. But when this conjunction occurs, it always represents big breakthrough, accelerated pathways, leaping into the future, energies of change, refreshing kind of energies. It's change that is a blessing, even if it is a surprise in the moment. And for you, we have here an energy playing out of this conjunction in a friendship part of your sky. Friends are going to be key to opening up greater opportunities for you, prosperity for you, but also more personally, meaningful connections with friends can transpire now. It can feel as if your pathway, your connections with these people in your life becomes that much more meaningful and significant very quickly. Or it can feel that there's a real sense of belonging to a particular group. Or what could also happen is in an instant, you realize you're just not meant to be in a certain group dynamic anymore. Friends may come or go very quickly with this conjunction as well. But whether it is that it feels like they're coming or going, either way, you are blessed with this energy. It is about expanding your horizons in a really big way and welcoming in bigger opportunities than you knew before. Opportunities that more align you with sort of the hopes and wishes that you have for your life. Stay open to the prospects and the possibilities. At the very least, there's going to be meaningful camaraderie that feels positively refreshing. Well, thank you so much for watching. You can get a video like this each and every week for each and every sign for as low as just $3 a month at NadiyaShahSuperstars.com, where you get expanded, exclusive horoscopes. All superstars get access to a monthly event, and higher tiers get you things like all access passes to Synchronicity University events, consultations with me, and so much more. All of this in the superstar space at NadiyaShahSuperstars.com. Links are in the description below. And thank you so much for watching. It's a hugely important month. I hope you make the most of it, and it will be a great month. Enjoy.